once again, I'm hearing DOT is up here. They've been relentless lately. They're out here every day somewhere. They have an Amazon truck. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I don't have it in me to keep this on my head when I pass them. I don't know why. They're probably not even looking at me when they're busy with someone else. I don't have the balls to do it. To keep it on. This guy in a big rush. Truck on the back, like a little Tonka truck. Damn it. Damn, I wish I was recording while he was passing me. That thing is really nice. Alright, thanks, Peanut. Goes back that way. The 26 is still open. That's alright. I'm not too sure what he said. I'm not going to ask him to repeat himself. Dude, because half the time I run with the squelch like all the way closed. Because I don't want to hear people out in the distance, or I don't want to hear static or anything like that. So, yeah, it is my fault most of the time if I can't hear you. But I really don't want to hear, like, all the nonsense out there. A lot of nonsense on the CB nowadays. People say some really messed up things on the CB, and I'm really tired of hearing it. It's like racism and all like that fucking bullshit. A lot of ignorant people, and I don't even want to hear them. And there's no getting through to them either, you know, like you could yell back at them and call them an asshole and ignorant and go back and forth with them, but people like that, like there's no getting through to them. There's no getting through to them at all. So yeah, I turned that squelch knob all the way up. Or like just enough so I can hear people that are going by the other way that are like somewhat close to me. So if there's anything like going on in front of me, They can tell me and I can hear them. And that's pretty much it. I don't want to hear all the other nonsense out there. Like all these people that are like that, like I don't really understand like who they think they are, you know? Like what makes them better than anybody else? I'm going off on a tangent here because I'm getting myself all pissed off because I hear this shit like way too much. I hear way too much out here. It's bullshit. It's just ignorance. You want to feel certain ways that are all fucked up like that, keep it to yourself. You shouldn't be feeling that way anyway. It doesn't make any sense. I think this guy just saw me with the freaking camera. You know who that looks like in that Cadillac? That looks like Jim the manager. It's probably not, but it definitely looked like him. There's another bump. Ugh! Ah!
Was quiet in there.
Goes my brother.
All right, good ride.
Oh, and Chance.
Anybody see Connor? At the repair shop. When you see him, tell him I'm looking for him because he fucking owes me money. Alright.
Man, this guy needs his W900 back. I'm sure he misses it. I thought that guy was waving at me. It was a little American flag behind him going like this. I thought that was his hand. He was waving to me like this. Ah! Ghost.
Chili whip 241. Chili whip 241. Let me know, guys.
Ah! That was extremely immature. I just did that.
Chili whip 241. Chili whip 241. Molly Water Street.
Oh, I didn't even realize I still had my heated mirrors on. Coming across earlier, when it was dark out, it was really foggy out. It was fogging up the mirrors. That's why I had that on. I never shut it off. Kenworth. I got a comment on one of my last videos asking I should tell a story about like the weirdest stuff that I found in my loads. You know, I don't know about the weirdest, like that's something I would really have to think about. I don't even know if I came across anything like super weird. But I can tell you the coolest thing that I found in my trailer before. When I was getting loaded, I was going to the place that I go to now. This was a few years ago. I saw a boat up on the floor in the transfer station, like in the building. There was a whole boat. So someone must have backed it in there and then just like pulled off and unloaded it. So they were throwing out a whole boat. It had to have been like 40 feet long. Like it wasn't like huge, but you know, it was a decent sized boat. So when I passed around the front of the building, so you got to go around the front and then you go around back and you go into the tunnel, and that's where you get loaded. But as I passed around the front, I saw that boat just sitting in there. And I was like, holy crap, someone just threw out a whole boat. So I went in to get loaded, and I guess they must have like cut the boat in half, the guys up there, or they at least like crushed it with the excavator like right down the middle, so it broke off into two pieces. And they literally threw the whole boat in my trailer, like still together. Like they didn't like cut it up or crush it up, I should say. So they put the front half of the boat in the front of my trailer, and there's a center bar like right halfway down the middle in my trailer, right along the top. It goes across from the left of the left side of the trailer to the right. So they couldn't just drop the whole boat in there. So they put the front half in the front of the trailer and the back half in the back of the trailer, and then they threw trash on top of it. So I had a whole boat cut in half in my trailer. That was almost the whole length of the trailer. My trailer's 48 feet, so I would say the boat had to have been somewhere around like 40 feet, 42 feet, somewhere around there. And when I got to the landfill and I went on the tipper and the boat came out of my trailer, all the guys in the landfill were like, holy shit, there's a whole boat in there. You got a whole boat in your trailer. The guys that were like pushing the trash right behind the tipper, they weren't so happy about it because they had to like crush it up, and you know, they couldn't just bury, it's all the trash, obviously, they bury it. They had to crush it up and stuff, so they weren't so happy about it, but everyone else that saw it thought it was cool as hell, and so did I. So I would say that's probably the coolest thing I've ever had in my trailer. As far as the weirdest, I don't know. That's something I'd really have to think about it. That was a comment that I got from Coal Miner. So thank you for the comment. And there's your answer for now, at least. If I could think of like some weird stuff that I found in my trailer, I've seen some very disgusting things in my trailer that I don't even know if I can mention on here, and I'm not going to. I've seen a lot of disgusting shit, but I don't know. If I could think of something super weird that I've seen in there, I'll mention it. But right now, I can't really think of anything other than like really disgusting stuff, and I'm not gonna bring that. I'm not gonna say that. So yes, Coal Miner, Groupie, thank you for the comment. Stayed on the pedal. Oh, he's getting over anyway. All right. fuck hell out of my way. I gotta go.
I don't know who the fuck taught you how to drive canned meat, but you need to go back to fucking school and
Oh my goodness. That's the second time today I heard someone getting yelled at on the radio.
slide over, ABM. We got a radio in there.
What is that noise? What the hell was that? I don't know if you guys heard it, but it was like... Wow, that's like a bread truck. Oh, it's him. Wow, I heard that from all the way back behind him. I thought it was me. To the landfill with the second load of the day. DOT is in the rest area, so we got to deal with that, and also the load that we have is piled sky high. So there's a chance that this load is going to get jammed up. I know I said that twice before in a couple of videos. A while ago, probably about a month ago, there were two loads back to back that were loaded the same way as this, and I was like, oh, they're gonna get jammed up. It's gonna get jammed up in the trailer. So they didn't end up getting jammed up. This one's the same way. It's really packed in there. It's a high load. When it's like really high above the rails and above the center bar in the trailer, there's a good chance that it's gonna get jammed up on the tipper. And when I say jammed up, so the trailer goes up in the air and the back half will fall out and the front whole half of the load will get like caught on the center bar. So the front half of the load gets stuck in the trailer when they're loaded like this, sometimes. And it's not the loader's fault or anything. That's just they didn't get like good trash. When they loaded this trailer, they didn't have like good heavy trash in there. It was all like light, fluffy stuff. So it kind of sucks for them too, because they're trying to get you up to 80,000 pounds with all light stuff. So, you know, it's really not their fault. So every once in a while we get a load like this. So we'll see what happens. I hope it doesn't get jammed up. I also hope we don't get stopped by DOT up here. Up to the rest area in about 3 miles. And my Ghost is pretty much empty, and that sucks too. Let's see. Lights are on. Yeah, lights are on.
All right.
Can't tell if they're busy or not. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Oh, a little. Oh, do they have a pickup truck? Yeah, I gotta take this off.
What a special kind of asshole he was in that ad log truck. He was too fucking impatient to wait for you there, moving truck. I thought you were in a big hurry. You had to act like an idiot coming out of the freaking way station back there. What, you got the motor to keep up now? You piece of shit.
Oh my god, man. The guy that guy's yelling at probably has no idea. He probably has no idea that he did anything wrong. Like, maybe he didn't do anything wrong and that guy's just like a little crybaby. I really don't know. But I guarantee you whoever he's yelling at is just, you know, driving along with no idea that he's being yelled at. It looks worse than I thought it was. As soon as I untarped it, like, you know, I was looking at it before with the tarp on.
Want to back up?
It's bad.
Walk over, I'll give you a check. Down the bottom, cut.
We're backing on the tip.
You didn't have to drive out here because now you're going to rip up the top cover. Up top. Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Picking up the platform. Alright, pull forward, foot. Brian, that all came out?
Almost didn't, but yeah, you're empty, brother.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah.
Said it almost didn't, so that means
I got you already.
that means it probably got like stuck on the center
Right,
bar
you're
for like
right.
a second and then broke free. Alright. Well, now the trailer's coming back down.
How long?
He puts the trailer on the fifth wheel and then I back up the
About
foot.
half hour roughly.
Back to it.
Right, you're right. And Rich, meet me down the bottom. Get off the